weed, before you call it weed, this is my hair. I bought this hair, I paid for this hair, and I still got the receipt.
African American women spend billions every year on black hair products. Even though they only make up 10% of the American population, they buy 70% of all wigs and extensions purchased here in the United States.
It's very important. They take their last dime to get their hair done. They go hungry before they let their hair go to look bad.
My journey into the world of black hair begins in Oakland, California, at the Black Hair Extravaganza.
Put your hands together. Somebody say, Alicia Brandon.
When you look at her, it's like her crown. She's a queen, you know, so she needs like extra pieces and braids and big hair. It's like a crown.
I just feel, you know what I'm saying, your hair important. If your hair messed up, you feel me, brothers ain't gonna try to get at you, females gonna knock you, you feel me. Basically, you gotta have your hair tight.
What? And for the big sisters, we represent too. What is it? What is it? What is it?
What is it? Come on.
Come on, Ronnie, show what you made out of, baby.
We express our beauty. In fact, the Bible speaks to us about our hair being a treasure. So it's just something we've always kept in our culture.
But with that huge market, who controls it? Where does the money end up? Where do the billions go? I decided to try to find out here at the Black Hair Extravaganza. Follow the money.
Thermal mist is for your heat style. You never use it? It's awesome.
Step 3. Apply the thermal straightening ball. Section the hair into...
We think the African American style is a very big business.
Almost every week they change the style for hair.
Everybody wants to be a part of our market because we're the #1 consumer. We spend 10 to 1 on anybody in hair. In the retail market right now, majority of the retail stores are ran by Koreans. And more of the Korean stores that are ran by, the 90%, are supported 100% by black African money. It's so unfair, you know, that they take our money. But once again, part of it is our blame. We allow what happened.
Is this true that the Koreans dominate the black hair industry? What you're looking at is one of the Black Beauty Supply magazines that inform people who are interested in black hair products. All the ads and articles are about African Americans and their hair. And even though all the information is about blacks, half of this magazine is in Korean. And this magazine, Beauty Times, which is the #1 publication for black beauty store owners, is written entirely in Korean. It's here, inside Beauty Times, that I spot Dr. Tony Leno, a black hair expert who writes a monthly column for this magazine. A column which not even he can read. I contact him and he invites me to Los Angeles to learn more about the Southern California black hair industry.
Now where we are now, this is the famous Crenshaw corridor where many of the elite black businesses are. And right here on the corner of 54th and Crenshaw, South Central Los Angeles. This is beautiful wigs. This is the Korean-owned hair store. They sell hair of all kinds. In your store here, what's the percentage of your business is Afro-American?
About 100%. 99.9.
Okay.
Okay.
In other words, 99.9%.
99.9. Okay.
And up here on these walls right here, these racks, all the way around are the hair that's used for weaves and for extensions.
Janet Jackson, they come over here, pick it up, virgin human hair. Vivica Fox, I saw in several weeks, then I cut in style for her. I've been knowing him a long time. Okay. Richard Pratt.
Yeah, that's Little Richard.
Yeah, Little Richard.
This city alone only had 10 beauty supply stores 20 years ago. Now there are over 100 Korean-owned beauty supply stores. Oh, you're looking at a typical beauty supply store, Korean-owned beauty supply store, but all these products have one common denominator. They are all aimed at the Afro community. One of the things that the Koreans are doing now, and they predicted this themselves back in 1999, and it's happening now, since they control 80% of the distribution of Afro hair care products, especially professional products that are sold in beauty supply stores only, it only stands to reason they can control what gets distributed. They are creating their own line of products or buying out existing black-owned companies. I don't see a reversal of this at all. It's just getting deeper and deeper.
With the Koreans controlling the retail and wholesale distribution, they're slowly making inroads into taking over the black manufacturers.
We're going to Kazuri Products. They are a black-owned manufacturer of hair care products, but specialize primarily in curling irons, pressing combs, and the stove heaters that you heat the irons up in.
This is Lucky White, who owns Kazuri along with her husband.
We have been in business for over 30 years, and we are a black company selling to black beauty supplies and also to black hairstylists, and we make a quality product. Everyone look at our product as being the best in the industry. However, since the Asians have been here, they are cutting us out, telling us that our product is not in demand any longer. The Korean connection. About 3 years ago, they started to blacklist our product as they brought their own products in. They started to manufacture curling irons, and they duplicate everything that you manufacture. They would duplicate it, and then they start to slowly cut back on orders, and then they tell you that your product is not in demand. So they would make something that's very similar that looked like ours, and then they try and sell the consumer on this product.
Can you show me some products from Kazuri?
Kazuri?
Kazuri products.
This is Kazuri product.
This is all Kazuri.
This is A1.
So you have maybe 3 Kazuris, and then the rest.
This Kazuri, this A1 product, this Stella.
Stella.
Yeah.
Who makes?
3 brands.
Who makes Stella?
You know, they are resale the wholesalers.
And they make this product.
Actually, they make a copy, you know, for the other brand, you know, like Kazuri, like A plus, but their brands, you know, they are no good quality.
Not good quality.
No, just copy for the others.
They are really trying to shut us out of the industry.
They're telling you they will no longer distribute your product in these stores?
They tell us that our product is not in demand any longer, but that's just an excuse not to purchase our products.
This is actually a T-bumper by Kazuri. I use it all the time.
This is the place to be, a black hair salon in San Jose, California.
Kazuri products are much in demand. We use them here. We have a setup here. We also have one here. We use their spritz as well. We use their whole lineup, so they are in high demand.
We have to look at saving our community as well as saving this industry. We are a nation within this nation, and we're just giving everything away. And we cannot do that any longer. We have to stand up and fight. We are beautiful black people. If we have to wear our hair short, so be it. Let's wear it short, but let's get this under control where we control the industry and not let someone else come in and then set up and take all our revenue out of the community.
But can Mrs. White and other black manufacturers fight back against this? New Star Beauty Supply, the largest wholesaler of black beauty supplies on the West Coast. New Star also manufactures their own products for sale to the ethnic market. Mr. Moon is manager of New Star.
You are the #1 biggest the ethnic distributor.
In the West Coast?
Yes.
You guys are?
Mm-hmm. We trying to like one-stop buying now.
We took them as being a friend, and that they would not come in and try and take over the whole industry, but that's what they have done.
It's time you tell me all about. Is it really yours?
And they got in, now they control it, and they are really, boasting about it, and they are talking about it, and then they are laughing at us all the way to the bank.
Thank you.
How do the Korean retailers get the money to start up these beauty supply stores? To find out, I traveled to the University of California at Berkeley and spoke with Professor John Lee.
Many of the ones that started recently came from South Korea that was much more enriched. So by selling their farm or by selling their apartment, they could have this initial pot of money to start relatively small businesses in urban areas. Furthermore, they had encouragement, sometimes quite explicitly in terms of funding by relatives, friends, and other sorts of religious or whatnot networks to provide them with money to start their business. So it's fair to say that there are all sorts of formal and informal means by which Korean Americans and South Korean business people dominate the market and are implicitly unwilling to let competition challenge their dominance.
So the two magazines, they're all in Korean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, does that seem like fair business practice?
Yeah, well, as I said before, this is one of the mechanisms by which South Koreans and Korean American merchants ensure the domination of the market.
It's OTC. OTC.
Later, I learned that what we're seeing now, the Korean domination of the black hair industry, had its start back in the early 60s with the help of both the Korean government and the United States government. This is Chosun, one of the most respected newspapers in South Korea. And it's inside the archives of this newspaper that I discovered a document from 1965 in which the wig manufacturers in Korea convinced the Korean government to ban the export of raw hair, making it impossible for anyone to manufacture wigs from the highly desirable Korean hair population, except for the Korean manufacturers themselves. And 6 months after the Korean ban on the export of hair, the United States government banned the import of any wig that contained hair from China. This ban on Chinese wigs virtually locked in the wig business for these South Korean merchants. So it seems that what we're seeing today, the Korean domination of the black hair industry, had its start with the help of both the Korean and the United States government almost 40 years ago.
You blow the whistle on what's going on, just like we are discussing now, and inform people. They'll be surprised and delighted too.
Well, I think people are informed, but I mean, black people as a whole, they just don't have much unity as Koreans do, or any other race. It just doesn't have much unity. As a whole, we don't stick together.
Well, you know, this is a new millennium, and people, if they look at the past, and perhaps they can deduce from that they can change the future based on the past.
They can, but the young people have to be enlightened. The black dollar needs to be spent with your black people as much as possible.
We kind of take each other for granted sometimes, but I think when things like this happen, we always seem to come together like other tragedies. And, you know, human nature allows us to do that.
We can come together for human tragedies, but when it comes down to the almighty dollar, that's not the case. They did not seem to pull together for the dollar.
Denny's Restaurant, Oakland, California. Here, members of the black beauty supply industry in Northern California have gathered to discuss the Korean domination of their industry and the possibility of creating an organization to take back the black hair industry.
Now, we used to have a total monopoly on this beauty business. Now we've lost. It's only about 2 or 3 of us in Oakland now, and it used to be nothing but us in Oakland purchasing these products.
Most of the beauty supplies in the Bay Area, Korean beauty supplies, they have organizations. And their organization, most of the time, they tell who to sell and who not to sell. Like 5 years ago or 4 years ago, when micro yak was so popular and so hot, they wouldn't sell to me. And the reason they wouldn't sell to me is like, glamorous, and Ebony told them not to sell. And sometimes we used to order through Ahmed, you know, like Merit Beauty Supply, because they don't see.
They don't think you're black. The Koreans don't think you're black.
No, I mean when they call me, they think that I'm a Korean store.
Are you black or Asian? How do you feel about that? Are you black or Asian? I was like,
that's crazy.
What does that have to do with me purchasing a product from you?
So, since they can't sell it to us, why we can't sue them?
Thank you. We have people that are able to get these hair products.
Right.
I think that's where we need to start. And then we go to the next level, because if they don't want to sell to you, they will figure out a way not to sell to you. A lawsuit will just make them even stronger-willed about it.
The way I'm looking at it, if you walked into Macy's discriminated against you, what would you do?
Well, you know what? It's a whole different world. You have more. Okay.
If you don't tell me nothing, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Okay.
Lawsuits may get the attention. Bad publicity may get the attention, but you know what will get the attention? Money. If your money does not go to them and it goes to somebody else, and then once you start giving money, you start swaying the way they think.
Just a few months after this meeting, BOBSA is created, the Black-Owned Beauty Supply Association. Their first event is here at this gospel event on the square in Oakland, California. It's here that they begin to raise awareness of the black hair issue and promote a hair show.
I'm from Dallas. I got my hair from Korean Beauty Supply.
What do you think about what they're trying to do?
I think that is great. I am just like so on board with that. We are a black-owned beauty supply, and what we are, $10 in Dallas, in Texas. We are like all about supporting black-owned businesses, and we complain about that a lot, that there aren't any black-owned beauty supplies in Texas. So, I think it's great. I think it's great. I think it's about time.
I just think it's very interesting. I got a little information about it. They had a little line card that gave me names of different people in different areas, which is very helpful. And then they are under association with these are reputable hairdressers. So, and that's important to me because your hair is important.
If this generation goes, no beauty supply, we can forget it. We can forget it. Nobody will come up. We're just barely scratching the surface trying to say, hey, wait, you can't take that from me. Hey, wait a minute, I'm a part of this. What are you doing? They won't have the know-how or the power to be able to go into that because it'll be totally dominated by Koreans. Totally dominated.
Richmond, California. The members of BOBSA are meeting here in the back room of a local beauty supply store.
Black man positive ad in the magazine that we saw. Okay, so the total amount to $2,007.
And finalized plans and a budget for the black hair show they're promoting in just a few weeks.
You see, we have a balance there. It's a simple, durable book because it's gonna need to be passed around, and it has our name and.
Okay, everyone take a look up here. This is the representative of the beginning stages of our BOBSA organization. These are the people that are working to make a difference, to make a change. Action speaks louder than words. These people are taking action. They're taking the first step, and we need to continue this. So let's give them a round of applause.
This is the first BOBSA hair show, held in Northern California.
Thank you, everyone, for attending. We really appreciate your time, and we hope we made a difference in your thought pattern.